Howdy do, and welcome everybody. Today we're going to be making a little dinner here at the Hergy-Do family household. Something I like to call cheez it chicken. Here, one of the first things we're going to work on is we're going to do some wild rice in our steamer, or rice cooker / steamer. We're going to use this old Bob's Red Mill wild and brown rice here. We're going to set up some broccoli and cauliflower in the steamer basket, and we'll get that cooking here in about, well, we'll get it set up. We won't start it cooking yet because the chicken will take a little bit longer because I'm going to put it in the oven and bake it. So let's get everything put together though. First we're going to get our rice. We're going to go with a full cup. Actually, we'll do 2 cups of wild rice. Alright, that's pretty close to 2 cups. We'll set it up like it's 2 cups anyway. Alright. Now I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up. Let me see. There are some markings, graduated markings here. This indicates how many cups of rice you have. So this level would be for the water level. So we'll go ahead and fill it up with water and chicken stock. We're going to do water and chicken stock in here to give it a good flavor in the rice. I'm going to go ahead and set up our oven to 375, and that's what we'll cook at. Important part of this process is you got to take these chicken thighs or what have you and pull them out of here and drain off the excess liquids. Don't drain off the excess liquid, what you'll end up with is a bunch of chicken thighs that won't have the egg wash on them, and everything will just slide right off. Something some people do is they take a towel like this, and they'll come over here and they'll just blot these chicken thighs with the towel. Careful not to stay on them too long, because if you stay on them for a long time, you'll end up losing pieces of your paper towel on your chicken, and then you'll be eating paper along with your chicken. So it's a matter of being nice and quick about it. So see, you can see I picked up a lot of extra liquids off of that. Alright, now for the part I'm pretty sure everybody's after. We're going to be taking Cheez-Its, and we're going to mash them all up, and then we're going to add a couple different ingredients. Now you could try and run these through a blender or what have you, but I find that Cheez-Its they got so much of oil and grease in them that they don't quite grind up very well in blenders. You're best off just crushing them down by hand. And we'll want a pretty decent amount. This will give us a good start, and then we'll see what we got at the end. It usually takes quite a bit to bread all the pieces of chicken. Alright, that looks pretty good. Should be enough for us to get where we want to go. Alright. Now, you can do this one of two ways. You can either add some pepper or like black pepper. I wouldn't add any salt because these are pretty salty all in themselves. So it's pretty ready to go. So I have done these without adding any pepper to it, but it is nice to add just a little touch of pepper to either this or the egg wash that we're going to do here in a second. I think I'll add the pepper to this, and I'll grab that in just a second. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add half a teaspoon of black pepper to this. And we'll see how that looks. Because you want the black pepper to be in there, but you don't want it to be the only thing you can taste. So, and you can just grab a little bit like that. Taste it for yourself. I get a little black pepper, but it's not overpowering the Cheez-Its. I think it'll do just fine. For this egg wash, we're just going to use one egg. This is a nice, really large egg from my mother-in-law's chickens. So we're going to go ahead and crack this and drop that right in there. You can see a nice homegrown chicken egg. They're super dark. They're not that yellow that you get from the stores. So nice. Now let's go ahead and whisk that up a bit. Ooh, that yolk is super thick. There we go. Now, I'm using one egg. It might take 2 eggs, but you're just trying to get a nice sticky gooey coating over the top of your chicken thighs or drumsticks or wings or whatever you're trying to cook for this Cheez-It chicken. I typically use either drumsticks or thighs, just a preference from us. You can do it of chicken breasts, you can do whatever you'd like, but that right there act as the glue to your breadcrumbs to get them going. Alright, we're going to get our glass baking pan out. We're going to hit it up with a little spray on no stickums. You can also grease it with fat, butter, whatever you prefer to keep your food from sticking to your pans. Okay. Move the conga line on down. Alright. So we got the chicken. Give it a quick dunk. It's important to try and keep your fingers a little bit untouched by the egg wash. Oven's done preheating, because otherwise your fingers are going to turn into a funky looking breaded pasty looking thing. Alright. Don't want all the egg wash on just 2 pieces of chicken. Don't be afraid to work those crumblies in there. Now, this isn't the best Cheez-It chicken job I've done. As you can see, if you don't smash up your Cheez-Its enough, you end up with really chunky bits of Cheez-It rather than a thorough coating, if you will. I could have stood to grind them up a lot better than this, but it'll work. So, and these thighs are packed in here really tightly. It is nicer if you can spread them out, but the other pans are either way too big or in the wash. So, alright, we'll go ahead and pop these in the oven. Your chicken's bake time should take about 35-45 minutes, but always use a thermometer to check it. Now we're going to add some chicken broth to this rice. Try to make it so that it's about half chicken broth. Woo! Squeeze it a little too hard. And then I'll fill to the number 2 the rest of the way with just some regular water. Here we are. We're all set. You could add seasonings if you like, but because we're feeding a 9, 10, whatever month old she is, she's not quite a year yet, we make sure that we don't add bunches of pepper and all kinds of fun stuff, just so it doesn't upset her tummy. Also, I'll be adding the broccoli and cauliflower way too early, so there'll be a tad on the mush side, just so it's easier for her to chomp up. Otherwise, you would add this with wild rice, probably 2/3 of the way through it cooking. I'll probably be adding this closer to halfway. Doesn't that look tasty? Just like that. My famous dad's Cheez-It chicken. Alright, what kind of trouble I can get into tomorrow.